Go, 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 go!
What are you guys doing?
Go, 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 go!
All right, everybody, it's Kaipachu with the weekly Pele report for May 6th of 2026. How was your Cinco de Mayo yesterday? Yeah, huh? How about that full moon in Scorpio last weekend? Wow. Well, it brought in a bunch of rain and snow and a big storm here, and the river is flowing. Check that baby out. I'm trying to slow down, but the river is in a hurry. I should get closer to these rapids. You can get a better shot of it. Check this out, man. It is freaking moving. So anyway, there aren't so many direct planetary aspects this week. I mean, we got the moon moving through Capricorn today and coming into Aquarius by Friday, and then on Saturday we have the 3/4 square moon. Okay, that is at 19 degrees 15 minutes of Aquarius over to the sun at 19 degrees 15 minutes of Taurus, and then by Sunday the moon moves on to Pisces, moves on through Pisces, and jumps over into Aries by next Tuesday. So that's our lunar stuff. She makes a bunch of aspects, of course, going through all of that. I mean, the big thing, I suppose, is Pluto is going retrograde. Pluto stations, he's been sitting at 5 degrees, okay, since March 20th. And he's turning around to go retrograde now, and is going to still be at the 5th degree of Aquarius until June 25th. So it's a long station. A long station. I want to get out there on the rocks. I've been up on the top of that rock, but when the water is way lower, man, oh man. All right, stick with the astrology here. I mean, the other planetary aspects is that next Sunday, I mean, the Sun and Mercury are kind of cruising along together here, okay, through Taurus, and they're both going to sextile Jupiter. The Sun is exactly sextile Jupiter on Sunday, and then Mercury exactly sextile Jupiter on Tuesday. So, other than that, next Tuesday we will have an exact conjunction of Mars and Eris. Mars moving through Aries is going to be coming around to Eris, and then next week is going to be coming around to Chiron. And let's see what I'm going to talk about. All right, everybody. It feels like I did a Pele report yesterday. Oh my God. I mean, is time flying like a rocket ship or what? Oh my God, it's just like, whoa! Life is a freaking blur. It's going as fast as that freaking river, baby. Man, oh man. I mean, but some of it could be that, I mean, I teach my school classes on Sunday. I did that webinar on Saturday. I'm just sitting in front of the camera talking like forever. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, what am I going to say that I haven't... What can you say that hasn't been said? I mean, if you missed the webinar on Saturday, the replay is available, and I can put a link to it below, because I think it was 2 solid hours of a lot of information. And yeah, it really talked about how we're entering a 7-year period, with Uranus and Gemini, Chiron going into Taurus. I looked at the United States chart, Pluto conjunct the south node of the moon for the United States. United States coming into an 85-year Uranus return. I mean, big stuff is happening over these next 7 years, and I'd say the key word is prepare. Prepare. Not that the world is going to end like Noah's flood, but I find it interesting that that there is a comparison to Noah, and I think his neighbors thought that he was nuts building his ark, but guess what? It's a good thing he did. Yeah, I think that it's preparedness is not paranoia. Preparedness is just Saturn in Aries, and Saturn's going to go into Taurus, and it's like just dealing with the realities of what is. And the reality of what is that it's time to see what is really going on. And it's going to be pretty shocking, disillusioning, sorrowing, sadness, some suffering coming up here as the puppets, the puppet dance that has been going on through this patriarchy is exposed. The lies, deceit, the deception, the greed, the dishonesty. I think there's going to be a lot of kind of ugliness, like the Epstein files and stuff, just bringing up the corruption. And I talked about Uranus conjunct Sedna. Sedna's hair is very tangled with the immorality, with the injustice, with the disrespect of Gaia, of the feminine, of the oceans, of the planet. I mean, of each other, of humanity. That's gone on. I mean, this is kind of a karmic return happening. Pluto's south node is, it's intense, it's heavy for the United States, but it's global. It's global. Because we got patriarchs in China and Russia and Iran, and everywhere you look, we got these patriarchs. And it's not going to continue. It's not going to go on. So this window of time from 26 to 32 is a big turning point. And it's been prophesied by this psychic and that psychic, and you can go anywhere on YouTube now, and everybody's saying the same thing, like, what? Okay, this is it. This is big time. And it's not out of paranoia. It's not out of fear. It's out of an awakening. We're going to awaken. And the babies being born now, are going to be seen, into the spiritual world. And with plant medicine or with meditation, we can all experience an opening of the third eye, an opening of the crown chakra, where things are going to start to come up from past lives. Future scenarios are going to be seen, felt, realized inwardly, and we're not going to be able to deny, the soul. We're not going to be able to deny reincarnation. We're not going to be able to deny spiritual realities. It's going to be like, hello. So there's a lot of beauty. There's a lot of beauty coming. There's a lot of sweetness. There's a lot of joy to be had. Not in materialism, but in spiritualism. This is like a rebirth of spiritualism. It's a rebirth of the importance of love, of connection, of simplicity. Sun, Mercury moving through Taurus. The sign of simplicity, right? The sign of earthiness, of nature, of connected to the feminine Gaia energy. It's absolutely beautiful, and we have a beautiful Sabian symbol for the moon coming up here. You gotta love it, man. A large white dove bearing a message. The answer of spiritual agencies to thorough, sustained, and victorious individual efforts. Yeah, baby. The white dove came with an olive branch to show Noah that there was still land and the floods were subsiding. The river's going to slow down and chill out. The individual who has gone courageously and with indomitable spirit through their crucial crisis receives, as it were, a deep spiritual blessing from the soul realm. In quotes, mission accomplished. Peace be with you. End of quote. And in this blessing, a secret prophecy of what is yet to come may be seen by the spiritually sensitive mind of the recipient. Every real spiritual step a person takes in their development is the result of a victory over forces of inertia or destruction. The divine is totally present in the heart of all true victories. What this message is depends on the particular situation, but the white dove always signifies peace. At the very heart of this peace is in bold capital letters, the certification of individual worth and victory. Peace begins within. Peace begins at home. Peace begins with forgiveness, with compassion, with acceptance, and with simplicity. Yeah, baby. In the midst of chaos, in the midst of suffering, trials and tribulations, this is our challenge. Can we find peace in our lives, in our hearts, in our relationships? And can we spread that peace? You know, like a light, or like Johnny Appleseed, you know, throwing out seeds of peace. And I'm going to throw joy in there. You know, peace and joy. Peace and joy. More peace, more joy. Come on. Come on. Yeah. And it's, you know, the simple pleasures in life bring a connection. And what I spoke about Saturday also was the importance of really taking care of these physical bodies with good food, with fresh air, with no artificial flavors, colors, ingredients, from the garden, farm to table. Get to know your farmer. Shop at the farmer's market. Get in your own garden. The food prices are going to go up. Gas is going up. Travel's going up. The fertilizer shortage is going to create, food shortages. I mean, we want to really get into, I want to say survival mode, but survival mode can be fun. I think of the native indigenous peoples. I lived in a yurt for 4 years, man. It was fun. Get yourself a teepee, Okay? You know, live in a teepee. It's fun. I mean, I think there's some kind of like, it's been advertised or drilled into our heads that we need all this stuff to be comfortable, to be happy, to have fun. And all you got to do is go to other third world countries and see these people dancing, you know, singing, parading around with nothing. And they're having fun. So fulfillment, you know, success, joy is a nebulous spiritual quality that we can create with very simple ingredients. You don't need the speedboat, you know, the airplane, the private jet, you know, the freaking, you know, $100,000 car and whatever, the $1 million house. I mean, no. The song for this week is, oh darn it. It's called Adventure by Yes. I'm not sure which album it's on, but once there was a simple man who lay down by the river, thought about his childhood, you know he was a forgiver, couldn't hide away. We're not hiding away down by the river, but we can relax and slow down. That has been my major challenge during these times. I mean, I leave for Italy on Saturday, and I'm, you know, doing ceremony on Thursday, tomorrow, and I got, you know, I'm putting an offer in on a house down by the river today. In fact, I just did. A half hour ago, I hit the send button on an offer on this tiny little place, off-grid, solar power, water comes out of the river, compost toilet. Freaking nothing there, man. It's a one-room place. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I'm gonna, you know, but like, this slowing down is a minute-to-minute process, and you may be feeling it. There's this pressure. You know, Saturn. I got to fill out all these forms and sign all these papers, and I got the county to deal with and the government, and this Saturn in Aries is like this looming, you know, lord of tariffs and taxes and, you know, banking and all this, you know, and it's just putting the big brakes on everybody. These institutions that mankind has created are so stifling, you know, that we need to like find another way. But in the meantime, finding that other way involves an inner spiritual discipline. I consider it like the victory, where we are victorious, we're getting certified, the white dove is blessing us. Every time we take the path of faith and of trust, we don't have to be pushed by those waters. We flow with those waters. And we don't have to be pushed. So if you find yourself in a hurry, a victory would be to stop yourself. Nothing is going to go away. Nothing is going to fail. Nothing is going to disappear, okay, that it truly belongs to you. The Garden of Eden is waiting for us. In fact, it's waiting for us right here now. We have to create the Garden of Eden in this present moment and stop chasing it, stop running after it, stop thinking that we have to work for it or that we're not worthy of it. Our work, this is inner psycho-spiritual work. Sun, Mercury, and Taurus, feeling worthy, healing the wound of Chiron in Aries. I deserve to exist. We are deserving beings. Not because we have, worked our 40 hours a week, but because we are living in these bodies on this planet. That's all we need to do to deserve the beauty, the joy, the love, the wonder. And it's waiting for us to reach out and accept and receive. Not fight, conquer, chase, need more. If you're not getting something, guess what? It's because you don't need it. So if something is slipping through your fingers, okay, or going away from you, it's because you've graduated. You're beyond it. You're done. You're ready for more. Something better is around the corner. Something better is awaiting. So let go, let go of what goes, and open your heart and your arms, and to what can come. And I don't know, man. It's like, look at this beautiful planet we're on. Jesus. Everybody fighting for this, that, and the other. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's ridiculous what's going on around here. The more I build excitement around the simple things in life, the better I will feel each day. Not drained by struggle and strife. There's just nothing like waking up, making yourself a good, healthy breakfast, taking a beautiful, nice shower, slapping some cold water on your face, doing some yoga, some jumping jacks, running around outside. It's good to spend 15 minutes barefoot with your bare feet touching the earth for grounding. The ions, it's very, this is, so we want to ground ourselves every day, especially while the sun is in Taurus, right? And yeah. So I don't want to just beat the same old drum, but just wanted to throw it out there that, it's up to us to make the change. And the change is slowing down, relaxing our nervous system, simplifying our lives, connecting with each other in our communities, and dropping this goal orientation, this agenda of succeeding and fighting to gain, get more. The more I build excitement about the simple things in life, the better I will feel each day, not drained by struggle and strife. So let's have a good week, man. Ow! Namaste. Aloha. So much love. Yeah.